Mark.
Mark.
Cool. Hello, and welcome to My Xbox and Me, episode 28. I am one of your hosts, MC Fixer, alongside the Scotsman himself, Ross Miller.
Hey, how we doing?
Yeah, Ross, baby, you're back. All right, Ross, before I even start this, I need to apologize to the audience. Last week's episodes, we had Andrew on. I need to apologize to Andrew as well, unfortunately. I realized when I uploaded it, it only uploaded 32 minutes of the episode. And nobody, as much as Mr. Moody pretends he did tell me, nobody told me about this. So I only noticed yesterday. So that's the reason why you got a cut-off episode. So I do apologize. So if we rehash any news, it's because I realized, I thought we missed it. So I do apologize to the audience, and that is all my fault. I think we should blame Ross because he weren't on, though. I think that's what we should do.
It's all my fault.
Perfect. Thank you, Ross. Ross, buddy, how you doing?
Yeah, good. Thank you. Yourself?
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad. I've actually got to play Xbox this week, which is nice.
Wow. What's that like?
I bet you haven't got a clue what that's like. Yeah, no, it's been nice. It's been nice. So let's just do the housekeeping. This episode is brought to you by My Xbox and Me. No, it's not. It's brought to you by atalives.net and mcfixer.co.uk. Head over to the websites. Support Ross. He's got a brand new website all designed. It all looks new, snazzy. You do news now. You got news articles. You got podcasts. You got everything. Everything's over there. Wrestling podcast.
Yeah, podcasting writers. So
it's all it's all crazy. It's all crazy.
Yeah, it's only 2-3 weeks in, and it's amazing. You don't really know you've got much of a support until you do something like that, and there's nothing more satisfying than seeing the comments or someone replying to something, or we did a reasonably big story a couple of weeks ago that made it onto the front page of Reddit, and it was about using the you may have to use your disc to play Call of Duty.
Got ya.
And you actually, if you type that story in, it comes up with the website, our website everywhere.
Lovely.
And that's scary, when I'm getting links to my website from other websites. That makes me feel really, really good. But it's so much fun. At the end of the day, we wouldn't do all this stuff if we didn't love it.
No, exactly.
And just having, I don't know, another outlet to create, another output to create, another place to do it is gave me a lot of personal satisfaction. And if any of the guys from Out of Life listen to this, are all phenomenal. I'll never tell you that to your face, so.
Yeah, so suck it, you guys. No, I love you guys already, you know that. Also, this episode is brought to you by your boy, your homie, the dog, the guy, Mike Lynch. And so I was talking to Mr. Moody the other day, and he was like, I was watching Mike Lynch on Twitch. He wants to be on the podcast, and he wants to do this, and he wants to play Alien Nation. And I'm like, that's all good, but you forget that Mike's American. So the time zones are so messed up that trying to get Mike on anything is just a pain in the bloody bum. But we are doing some stuff with Mike, so look out for that on my channel and on his, and let's talk about his channel right now. And he says, hello, my Xbox and Me fam. It's Mike Lynch, and I wanted to tell you all about his YouTube channel. Seriously, guys, head over to Mike Lynch on YouTube. Check out his reviews. Check out his commentaries. He just did one about Civil War, so if you want to talk to him about it, he's a great guy, and he's not the ukulele player, which is most important, obviously. That you do not click the ukulele player, or if you do, just send a link to Mike's channel or something like that. I don't know what you want to do. But yes, check him out. Ross, what has been in your box this week?
Absolutely nothing. A DVD for the kids. No. This
what
week,
DVD?
A DVD. I can't say. This week, still playing Rocket League and anyone that goes because I can jump in and play games. What else? I did play something.
I swear I played something. I swear.
Oh, I've been playing through the Force Unleashed.
Okay. Liking it?
Yeah, I've never played it. I've never played them, and they were like, I don't know, £6 each.
Pennies, as they say.
So I halved it with my game sharer because I'm tight.
Damn straight. That's how I would do it. I half all my games from my game sharer, and it's Haley, so it really just comes out of her money, really, because she pays for my games half the time.
It's fun. I'd never played it, always wanted to. Seen it was BC and decided to buy it.
Fair enough.
That is literally, I am not going to lie, that is literally the only game I've played this week. I played just over a week ago that Never Alone.
Never Alone, yeah. Any good?
The one with your dog. I played that with my wife co-op. I really enjoyed that. I had a glitch though. I had to restart a level, but I really enjoyed it. I love these sort of co-op platformers. So
you and your missus, you always game together.
Yeah.
You're terrible people. No, I'm joking.
Wait till October. We'll be gearing up for something.
What have I been playing? I've been playing a lot of FIFA again. Strangely enough, yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just got back into Ultimate Team again, and I packed a blue player, and I was like, oh my god, yay! And it weren't a very good one. It was only worth about 20k. But I never usually pack a decent player that's worth even 20k. So to me, I'm just like, oh my god, this is amazing. I got into the draft mode as well a lot.
Yeah, it's good.
I really like the draft mode.
It's the only place that I've actually spent money this year.
No, I still ain't putting no money into this.
Well, I sort of figured, I was like, I've got like an afternoon and I could get 4 draft games for a £5 and see how far I get. I was like, I'll just do it. It's like 3 hours entertainment for a £5. I was like, I'll just do it.
Yeah.
And I've had my fun with that, to be honest with you. Like, I just haven't got into it. But I think it's because I haven't had my player this year. Remember I pulled 2 Neymars out last year?
Yeah, I know. I was going to say, you pulled some decent players last year.
The year before was Ibra.
That's what I mean. If you have a player, that can sort of set you up for the rest of the Ultimate Team. But I never get those. So it kind of makes me upset and sad, but you know.
My Ibrahimovic sold for 1.2 million, and I just built an entire new team out of him.
That's crazy. I remember when you could buy coins, a friend of mine called Charlie, so shout out to you, Charlie, if you listen, he bought me 1 million coins. And
you did a pack
opening. I did the pack opening, yeah. And I was like, this is the best. Someone buy me more 1 million, but you can't do that anymore, unfortunately.
No,
unfortunately. Let's talk about the reviews of the week, because I've actually been playing the review of the week this week, which is Doom. The only game company that has reviewed it so far is IGN. They gave it a 7.1, which is good on their scale. Everywhere else is review in progress. I've played the game. I've played it for about maybe an hour at max, hour and a half tops. It's what can I say about Doom? It's Doom. If you want Doom, it's Doom. But the problem,
you just sold it to me.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like if you want old school Doom, where the story has no meaning and you just want to go in, shoot, kill, chainsaw, find secrets, find guns, get the colored key cards to get into different rooms. It's Doom. That is what heavy metal music, beautiful environments, demons, death, and kill. This is
so it's Simon Miller in a game.
Pretty much. Simon Miller in a game. It is good. It is good, but I found the hour I spent with it is like, oh no, because I've still got 6 more hours of it, and I feel like it's gonna be repetitive as hell. Which I hope it doesn't, but I can feel the repetitiveness come because the glory kills are so good when you do them and they feel satisfying. But the problem you have with the glory kills is you do them so much that you see the same animation over and over again. So even in an hour, there's only so many times you want to see a guy crack a guy's skull. And do you know what I mean? And it's sort of like go in, clear this room, find the key card, go into the next room, clear the key. Do you know what I mean? That is in the first hour. Do you know what I mean? My first impressions of the game, that is what it is.
Multiplayer?
I played a little bit of the multiplayer. I played a lot of the multiplayer during the beta, if you remember. And I haven't been able to play with my squad yet. So it's different when you play on your own. You know how it is. If you play a game like that on your own, it's not the same feel as when you play with a team, unfortunately. I'm okay at the game. And I like the double barrel shotgun. It's so overpowered that you still get kills, even if you're only getting 1 for 2. Do you know what I mean? I might die twice, but get 1, which is still enough to keep me coming back. So I'll keep it. I'll keep the game. I'll finish it, and I'll give a verdict once I've got it done. And I've been playing Uncharted 3 still, just to Yes, okay. I haven't. I've done 1 and 2 now. I'm on 3, chapter 6, something like that. But what happened was I got burnt out on it. Because I've done 1, 2 back to back, then I tried to do 3 again, and I'm like, oh, I'm burnt out. I need to play something else. Because when I do 3, I'm going to go on to 4, and the problem is then they'll be burnt out again and maybe won't appreciate 4 for what it's meant to be, so people say.
The best Xbox pod chat ever.
Hey, don't worry about that. I talk about what I want on my podcast. Let's get straight into the news, Ross. And there's some big news this week, to be fair. I'm kind of happy. There's a lot of news coming out this week and some Resident Evil news at the end of the show, so you obviously got to stay tuned for that. But the first story is, Ross, I don't want to tell you this, so I'm sorry, but Xbox Live Gold is going up in price in 6 different countries, and it's tripling in South Africa. So I feel very sorry for my South African brethren out there. Microsoft has confirmed that Xbox Live price is going up in 6 territories. The company says that they're making the adjustment based on inflation. The affected territories are Austria, Hungary, Israel, South Africa, Sweden, and Turkey. Okay. So if you're from any of those countries and you listen to this show, number 1, hello and thank you. Number 2, I'm really sorry, but your Xbox Live's going up. Which, does that really matter to me and you, Ross? No.
No, but it would if it was in this country. It would be an outrage.
But if it did go up here, I would be doing my nut, and that's why I added this piece of news. That's why I added it. It doesn't affect us, but this opened the question of, do you think they'll try and up it over here, or is it just because the pound's fine, we should be fine?
I think if they're upping the price in the UK or USA, they would need to offer something different.
Another game, a free film. Maybe we get a free film rental.
I'm surprised they don't do that.
I would actually be up for that as well.
What I thought was they maybe have Gold Premium or something like that. A 10 or Gold. No, because that's just PlayStation Plus.
Hey,
isn't it?
Gold Plus, we want it. The people have chatted for it, meaning me.
But no, like if you had a movie or albums or anything that they could include to use more of your media devices. You got a wee movie collection.
I like where you're going with this. I've got to be honest with you.
An extra game, an indie game, or an access to a beta that only Plus suppliers have gotten access to. I'd be the first to take my extra money. Here's the $10 a month.
I'm more on the case of not so much the extra game, because I'm happy with my 2 free games. That's what we get now.
Well, you get 4, you get the 360 as well.
Come on. The only decent game we've got from 360 is Peggle and Dead Space, but I've not played Dead Space, so what else? Come on, tell me.
Original Borderlands?
Fine, I'll give you that.
Deus Ex? Or
no,
Deus Ex?
No. I'm not giving you no more. I gave you the 1. You're not getting another one.
Red 2?
No. I said no. You're not having another one. All right? Why you got to be greedy for out here? I'm not giving you no more. I gave you 1. That's it. That's your lot. No, but if they offered me an option to up the price, but I got... How many films would I need? 5. 5
films?
5 rentals. I'm not getting these films, remember? You don't get to keep the films, do you? You only get to rent the films.
I don't think that'd work. No, I think they should give you the movies.
No, I'm not...
But maybe just 1 or 2.
But no, because that way they're giving you away a film. That's too hard to do. But with rentals, it's like, you can have this film for 1 chance. You get to watch it once, but you have 5 of them. So you can watch that film 5 times, but that's it, done. And I'd pay an extra £10 for that a month, I think. I actually think I would.
£6 for Netflix?
I could, yeah, but Netflix is boring and dead. You know that, as well as I do. Unfortunately.
Documentaries.
Orange is the New Black's back as well. It's coming soon. So, you know, you know how I get with Orange is the New Black, all those women. Hey. And guys. There's a couple of good looking guys.
I don't
want to go too much off a tangent, but anyone who's a loyal fan of mine knows how much I like Originals and Vampire Diaries, yeah? And those shows are getting so damn good right now, I have to say.
What, have they been cancelled?
No, they've both been renewed, so don't even try it. But they just get way too much of a tangent. Take the next story, Russ. Get us out of it.
Right, no problem whatsoever. Xbox Store games have started showing up on the Windows Store ahead of the merger. Because later in this summer, Microsoft are going to be releasing their anniversary update for Windows 10 and Xbox One. And it's expected to introduce a number of new features and improvements, I suppose, for Windows 10 PCs and Xbox One. And the most important of that, of course, is the Universal Store.
Well, Yes, I totally agree.
Now, I have Windows 10.
You do.
I'm in preview.
I do not.
I'm insider. I can look at it right now, and do you know what it looks like?
No.
Hawk's Store.
Does it really?
Like, you can sort. Like, I don't know if there's an NDA in this.
Too late.
Yeah, like it really looks like the Xbox Store.
You wimp. Yeah, no, I'm happy with this. I was really a big supporter of Windows 10 when I heard about it. But the problem was my Edinburgh, which is what I use to connect my mic, doesn't have Windows 10 driver support.
Yeah.
So I couldn't bring it over. But as soon as I get a new mixer, I'm going straight to Windows 10. My missus has got Windows 10. And I think she likes it. Give me a nod if you like it. She's giving me a nod. She does like it. But I'm happy with a universal store where you buy one thing and it's there for all of them. And I think that's the way they've got to go forward now with Windows platforms.
Oh, yeah. Like, it's just a universal Windows apps. Just Xbox, boom.
Done.
You know
That's all you need.
Yeah.
Download that and lives, download my Xbox and me, sorted.
Yeah, VLC, like, so you can actually start putting, like, subtitles into movies and, you know, just weird things. That'll just make it a lot easier.
Yeah.
You know that way?
I'm down for it at the end of the day. But I have to hit you with some bad news now, Russ, unfortunately.
Okay.
Microsoft is discontinued in support for Project Spark. I know how much you like Project Spark.
I actually did. I thought you were being sarcastic there. I really did like it.
I am being sarcastic. What do you mean?
Really did. I genuinely did like it. I spent maybe 200 hours.
To be fair, I played a lot of Project Spark. They had the Pokemon Center. Did you not play it?
Did they? No.
Fuck you, you arsehole. I hate you so much. I actually did play Project Spark. They had some cool mechanics in Project Spark. So it is sad news to me anyway.
No, I gave it a fiddle. In the sense that I went in and played other people's games.
Get the hell out of there. You ain't been given nothing a fiddle. Get out of it. Let me finish the story.
Give it a try. Go for it.
Microsoft and team, I think it's Dark. Thank you. Have ceased support for Project Spark. In the post on their official site, community manager Thomas Greats announced that effectively of today, May 13th, which isn't today, so you're lying, they have ceased production on the game and will no longer be available for download on the Windows Store or the Xbox Live Marketplace. Online service that will no longer be available for existing users after August 12th. Which is a shame. It's a strange one, yeah, because again, I remember this being a Windows, before it was even Windows 10. This was a Windows game that you could use also on Xbox, and there was like this whole way you can build it on your tablet and then it go onto the game, and I was like, oh, okay, this is going to be really cool. It wasn't that cool, and then they tried to put Conquer in the game to try and make it cool, and that didn't work. I don't think anything really worked. It went from you had to pay for the game to a free-to-play, and this game was in a bit of a development hell, unfortunately. But they did have some cool features in there, to be honest. They did have some cool modes. There was, like I said, there was someone created a Pokemon Center and the free starter Pokemon, which obviously weren't Pokemon, and then you went around and you battled other monsters and stuff in this game. It's like, if you're a creative person, this is amazing. But for slubs like me, I just want to play people's creative stuff, so I didn't really overwatch everything that needed to be done.
I really agree with you, because I feel as if sometimes people or Microsoft might get a bad rep for these things, because you Fable and then you this sort of going quite happening quite a lot, but they're trying.
They're trying new stuff, yeah.
And for everything that takes, you're going to get a couple of things that don't. And I could have seen that doing well. Maybe just didn't have that hook, or maybe if it was totally free at the beginning, then it's not money to be made, I suppose. I don't really know why it didn't take off. I don't want to see anything die, and that's a shame.
I think for a game like this, it needed a large player base. It needs a huge community, and I just don't feel like it had that.
Do you think Roblox replaced it in America?
Yes, that's it.
Like, I think Roblox, because it's free to play and all the games that are created on it, and by anyone in the UK that wants Roblox for their kids, just go to the US store and you can download it.
Yep.
You know, it's that to me makes more sense. Although I know it's entirely different, but I think that maybe had more mass appeal.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, Microsoft and Phil's already said that he wants to invest in new IP. And if the new IP he has invested isn't working, he's going to get rid of it and bring in something else. So I don't want to see anybody lose their jobs, because I don't think that's what's happening anyway. I think they'll all move on to another project, but Project Spark has now ended. Even
the Conquer bit, they brought in Conquer for sort of DLC, that sort of felt a bit...
Well, people were shouting for a Conquer game as well. It was like, and then they teased it, didn't they? That it wasn't in Project Spark. It was like, oh, it's Conquer. And it was like, and then it was in Project Spark. It was like, oh, no one really cares about Project Spark. That's not going to win me over, unfortunately.
Yeah. All right.
Unfortunately.
Right. So, which is won over quite a lot of people, but you better be careful, because you don't want to cheat to win. Because you're going to get banned. Because Overwatch are going to permanently ban cheaters on their first offence.
Oh, so if you're a cheater, you're in trouble.
Yeah, so if you cheat in Overwatch, so hackers, everything else, you are going to be banned on the first offence.
I think this is a reaction to the Division. They see how people are cheating on Division and glitched it and stuff like that. I think this is like, hey, we're not going to have this. If you do this in our game, we will just ban you.
Well, is it not, can they put down here using hacks, bots, or third-party software?
I still don't know, Russ. I don't... Okay, what happens in the Division? Is that an exploit or a cheat?
So is this when you're talking about rolling through walls and stuff?
Everything. I'm talking everything. Like glitching the DPS, so you're at 1 million. There's a glitch. My brother-in-law again was telling me that he can glitch into the lower level DZ with all his high-end gear, and he just takes everybody out. And people just keep shooting him, and they can't kill him. So he just goes running down and he takes all their greens just for the fun of it.
That's not right.
That's disgusting. It was like, come back on. You have so much fun. I was like, no, I'm not going back on. No way.
I'm not going to be that guy. That's what stops people playing the game. I'm not against this. I think any form of cheating should be, first time's pretty harsh. I hope they've got a fair appeal process.
Yeah.
Talking about right, and I don't know how much feedback they got from this. 9.7 million people played that Overwatch open beta.
That's crazy. That's absolutely...
Yeah. May the 3rd to May the 11th, so it was a little bit longer than usual.
But 10 million people. That's a lot of people for an open beta.
Yeah.
Do you know, I knew this game was going to do well. Did you play it at all?
I didn't have a chance that weekend.
I was very ill that weekend, and I played about 4 matches. No, I think I'm lying. I think I've played 2 matches or 3 matches. It's not for me, personally. It's not, but I can see the appeal. I can see the appeal. I can see the MOBA-esque hero shooter that you work as a team and everyone picks a separate character. And then I was playing with my guys and they was like, oh, Corey, you need to be a tank. And I'm like, what does that mean? Well, that means you can do this and that. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. I'm not playing this. This is not for me at all. Has a huge following, but not for me.
They say it's a natural progression on for Team Fortress, don't they?
That's what they say. But
yeah, and a lot of people still play Team Fortress.
I think Team Fortress is basic enough to pick up, play, shoot, kill, done, go home. This is like, guys, who's not picking off on the left and who's not using their ability at this exact time, and oh, your ability shoots 4 bullets, so you use it. I'm like, no, thank you, not for me. I'd rather my generic, and I don't even buy Call of Duty, but I would rather have my generic Call of Duty, personally. But 9.7 million players, that's ridiculous and amazing, so congratulations to them.
Yep.
Go on. Sorry, was you going to say something?
No, I was just going to say, but Battleborn got 2 million in comparison.
Oh God. Yeah,
You know what I'd rather Watch Dogs.
Oh, segue. Watch Dogs 2 will have a new tone, not a ton.
Ringtone.
Yeah, we'll have a new ringtone. Watch Dogs. No, I'm chatting crap. Ubisoft CEO. Yeah.
Oh, I've not even looked.
Yeah, don't worry. Said that Watch Dogs 2 will have a new tone, but didn't expand on what it might be. The statement said, a statement was made in an earnest call and was transcribed by GameSpot, adding that it will have new features, innovation in gameplay, although that's all been said before. Blah, 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 blah. To be honest, the headline that got me was Watch Dogs 2 will be different from Watch Dogs 1. That was what the title was for this story. So as soon as I read that, I was like, oh my God, they said they're going to do something. And then this was like, it's going to have a new tone. I'm like, okay, thanks for that, guys. You need to have a new tone. You need to have a whole new game because Watch Dogs was not good. And I know we agree on that.
Yeah, but I think they're going to fix it. Assassin's Creed syndrome. Every second game's good.
We'll see. I'm not buying this day one. I don't care how good reviews are. I don't care if they want to give it to me.
Yeah, no, I'm not either.
I'm not. There's no way I'm buying this game. It's not happening. Not.
So they're going to send you a review codes, and you're like, I'm not playing this. I know you.
Shut up, you. Yeah. It's got a new tone, and I'm hoping that people that want it are happy with that. But I am staying far away from this game. Far, far, far away. We were talking about Division earlier. Let's talk about it a little bit more. The Division has 9.5 million. Let me say it again. 9.5 million registered players. Now, remember, wording is everything now, people. Because it doesn't say it sold 9.5 million. It says 9.5 registered players. So what I'm guessing that means is people like me and Haley at GameShare, she's one. And I'm sure you, GameShare.
Yeah.
Does that count as the extra? Do you know what I mean?
Well, it's only one purchase. It's only one copy bought. But you could have myself, Sharon, and my GameSharer having an account. So
And your son, depending on how good a parent you are.
He doesn't have an account in Watch Dogs.
Liar! Stop lying. Anyway, that is a good number. And it was again announcing
a weird thing to report.
I just think registered players. When do we start reporting registered players? We report numbers, don't we? Like sales, not players registered.
So I wonder, out of them 9.5 million, how much play at least once a week on a basis? Well, right now, that's a stat I'm interested in.
What it says here...
No, so you're telling me the 9.5, yeah.
What it says here is active players playing the game play for at least 3 hours per day on average. Again, weird numbers and weird ways to word things, Ubisoft.
You can see it in my face. The way that you can distort stats like that is unbelievable. And clearly do it, it's like, here's the stuff we want you to see. Usually it's hidden behind lots of words, but that ignore that. Yes,
well, as a Reddit guy yourself, I go on the subreddit of The Division sometimes. And if you've been in there at all.
Yeah, I have actually been, yeah.
It's a sour place to go because people are angry.
Yeah.
They're angry because the patch broke the game. That's pretty much what's happened. The first expansion broke the game, and now they have to work harder to get people back into the game. I dropped off. Did you even finish it?
No, 27.
You didn't even finish it. I know Kev didn't like the game. I know who else was up. The only person I know that still plays that game is Alfredo, and even he started to go on to Dark Souls 3 and Doom.
Right. Well, he said Kev didn't like the game. He played 105 hours before he decided he didn't like the game.
I played no, but I played over that, and I don't like the game anymore. I played over 105. Mental. It's weird. It's weird. It is a weird old. I probably put about 200 hours probably in that game, that's a lot of hours.
Everyone got their money's worth out of it. Move on.
100%.
If that was an Assassin's Creed game and you got 105 hours out of it, you'd go, that was pretty good. You know, I got a lot out of that. But I've got the season pass.
Oh, you haven't?
Yep.
Silly boy.
No, because I'll probably play it.
You
never know. It could be like Destiny. Destiny Vanilla was getting a lot of a lot of trouble. You know, and look at the way that the numbers kept up and kept on growing and growing as the DLC came out, and then the Taken King. Now, I'm not a huge fan of that series, but you know, the same could happen. They could probably learn. Oh my goodness, Ubisoft could learn from Activision. In that sense.
I think I just found my title for this episode.
No, that is the most clickbait title I have ever heard. Do it.
Sorry if you got this far in. I apologise, and you didn't want. If you're not normal, my bad. Yeah, Russ, you wasn't on last week's episode.
No, I wasn't.
But we did talk about Fable a little bit.
Yeah.
And I've actually saved this story here for you.
Okay.
Because, so we talked, I don't know if it was in the last episode because the episode got cut off. So the story was that Fable 4 was sent to Microsoft and it was turned down. And this is the pitch for it. So I want you to read it for everybody and tell me, is this something you would have bought? Because I've read it and I would 100% would have bought this game.
Fable 4 was pitched as an industrial age game that covered the late Victorian proper Pharaoh Jules Verne shit, according to ex-Lionhead art director John McCormick, but Microsoft rejected the idea.
Come on, Microsoft, goddammit! It
would have mixed innovations of the technological industrial age with tram cars and flying machines and Fable's typical focus and the mythology of the time, including characters based on Jack the Ripper and Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
Nah, tell me, Fable 4 in Victorian England, dark doom and gloom, adult, because they said it was going to be R-rated because the series was going to go that far, with murdering and killing and amongst other adult-like things. Is that not something you would have bought?
I would have, but is that not just what Assassin's Creed tried to do? And you've got Dishonored, which has got that sort of steampunk type.
Dishonored is stealth. It's a stealth game. I'm not playing.
Too. I know. I just mean that era. I know that way.
The era in a Fable game, though. It's like
I get that.
Dishonored is a stealth game, which I personally don't like stealth games. Hence why I didn't like Metal Gear. Assassin's Creed. I was so done with the series by the time it got to London that it's like cool for the people who enjoyed it. But Fable, they come off Fable 3, which was. I enjoyed it. It was lukewarm on critics. It was lukewarm on consumers. Again, I did enjoy it, but it didn't. And then they go to Victorian England with that atmosphere and adult themed. And I thought this game would have sold well. I really do. If they would have pulled it off, do you not? That's something that I don't know. I just really, really wanted it. Once they said it, and it's always. Afterwards, you're like, you can say that, but maybe if they would have announced it, I wouldn't have cared. But afterwards, now hearing about it, I'm like, because I know we're never going to get it, I now want it even more.
Right, okay.
No, you're not overhyped. I thought you'd be more hyped.
I'm not. It's unfortunately, the company no longer exists, and unless they give that idea to someone else, then...
Well, it was rejected, so it's not going to happen now.
No, I think we could spend all of our lives wondering what could have been. And let's face it, the studio wasn't closed for no reason.
True.
And I'm gutted as much as the next person, but I will move on.
Fair enough, and move on we shall. Let's talk about EA, because I know how much we both love that company. And this is the part where we say, go and buy EA Access if you haven't got it already. You've now got no excuse. FIFA 16.
Yeah.
NHL 16.
Yeah.
Plants vs. Zombies 10 hours. Plus you get a free 10 hours. That's 20 hours.
No, I think you can only use 10.
No. So there's a free 10-hour trial, excluding
is that excluded?
Then you get another 10 hours of EA Access. That's the game done.
Perfect. Also, Rory McIlroy Golf.
McEnroe Golf just went in. I just downloaded that actually.
Yeah.
What else is in there? Peggle. There's games you need to, for the price they're charging, which is £20 for the year. If you own an Xbox One and don't have EA access, you're doing it wrong, in my opinion. Do you not agree?
No, I do agree. Yeah.
It's okay. Nah, what you do?
I seen a screen grab with Mass Effect logo shown in it as well about a couple of days ago. So I think that might be the next one. Backwards compatible Mass Effect.
Yes, please. Yes, please. I'll take that.
We'll find it out. We'll see.
Yeah, for me, it's just like, this is what you do. If you're a FIFA player anyway, you buy this, and then you buy FIFA. Then you trade in FIFA, so you buy it physically. Don't buy it digitally. I made that mistake this year, like a chump, which I shouldn't have. But I couldn't bother to leave my house. Ugh, silly me. But you buy it digitally, physically, then you trade it in for £20 when it goes in the vault. There's your money back for the year.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. I just saved you money. But let's talk about EA Boss originally rejected Battlefield World War One pitch. For those of you who didn't hear last week's episode, we did say and speak about Battlefield coming to World War One and how Call of Duty is going one way, Battlefield's going another, yada, yada, yada. I'm sure most of you know about YouTube and Call of Duty being the most disliked video. No, the most gaming disliked video on YouTube, and Battlefield 1 being the most liked video game in the history of YouTube. So, when the team at DICE pitched EA Studios boss Patrick on the idea for World War One, the game was rejected. Was said today in an Investors Day. He said the idea of trench warfare was not at all exciting. However, the developers persisted and eventually convinced them. That's really cool. That's cool to know that DICE went in there with an idea for a game, and they were like, "This is what we want to make," and then business heads doing what they do was like, "Sorry guys, but this isn't going to sell." And they were persistent enough to go in there, just like me and Ross, really. If you work hard enough at something, you can win people over. Yeah. And that's what I try and do every week with this podcast. That's what you try and do with your website. If you work hard enough and you show people you can do it, people will take notice. And that's what they did with this game. Like that for me just makes me want to support the game even more.
Yeah, no, it does. And you know, I was more of a Battlefield guy than a COD guy.
Does this excite you, World War One?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
The thing that excites me about it is they had the vision to notice this a few years ago. Because it's not as if they just pulled this out of thin air. When Ghost was coming out, they had probably fought World War One.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Well, I know Battlefield 4 came out about that time, but you know they've known about this for a while. They had the vision to think, "Oh, we need this to go back," because the World War One, World War Two shooters have only really started coming about since Ghosts. Really,
very, very true.
Okay, and you think about the development cycle of a game and how long it takes, especially in this day and age when there's so much detail and people expect so much from their studios. I think that's just COD's going to be it.
You think that's it? No way.
I think it was going to be World War II because I think the development cycle goes round.
Could do.
Because when they finished the work on Ghost, they started work on this game because it's Infinity.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm thinking the development cycle is going full circle, and I think Battlefield essentially just beat them to
it. But it's Call of Duty, and people love Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Even, I said this on last week's episode, which people wouldn't have heard again. With it having, I think it's like 2 million dislikes, how many percent of the people that dislike the video do you think actually won't buy it? I reckon maximum 5%.
Possibly.
Do you know what I mean? They just go in there and disliking it because it's the popular thing to do. But they're still going to buy it. They're still going to play it.
The only way people, if they can dislike something, is to vote with a wallet.
And we'll see what they do. We shall see what they do. Talking of Call of Duty, Call of Duty Black Ops. I don't usually report on this podcast because I kind of think it's pointless, the backwards compatibility stuff. Maybe I will if you guys want to know what's in backwards compat. But Call of Duty Black Ops has now come to Xbox One via backwards compatibility. Major Nelson said on his Twitter. The only reason I really reported on this one is because people were going crazy for this one. They've been waiting for it, and it's finally here, which is like, it's a 360 game. You've got other games to be playing. Why are you so... This one's weird. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just because people say that the zombies on it is the best, but it's because it was a top-rated one on the list. When they sent a list out, what games do you want? It was number 1, wasn't it?
Yes, I do.
So that's the reason. It's the highest one the user, voice. So all they need to do now is bring Skate 3, Red Dead Redemption, and the BioShock trilogy, and you're fine.
I was just about to say, I saw the top comment on this on Twitter where someone retweeted it so many times or something, was hopefully now we get Skate. I was just like, damn, you guys have got no chill.
You can't win.
You've got no chill. They got no chill at all, the community out there.
I interviewed Xbox support at one point, and that's what they told me their worst question ever was. It was like, when's that happening? But yeah, it's good news for the people that wanted it, and I expect to see quite a lot more on the lead up to E3.
Fair enough. Ross, this one is yours, because I know how much you love Battlefield.
Battlefield 4's Final Stand DLC is free on Xbox One. And yeah, so basically if you go to the game or the deals with gold section, you can download the Final Stand DLC, or if you just go to your EA Access, you can download the Battlefield Premium.
I like what you did there, Ross.
Get every single bit.
I like what you did there. So again, another game you can now have on. You can have Battlefield 4 with all of its DLC.
Every single Battlefield Premium, so you can actually get all the weapon unlocks if you wanted as well.
Everything.
You can now everyone starts every map available, bit like what they did with Titanfall. Every map available, every weapon available. If you're going to play Battlefield 4 and you haven't tried it, jump on. It is a brilliant.
Jump on and message me. If you're going on Battlefield, message me, because I only like playing that game in a team. We should do a community night.
That sounds fun.
To be fair, we say this all the time. We're very bad. Very, very bad. And do you know what? The fan mail is about to call us out when we get there, Ross.
Right, okay.
You wait for it, because we actually got done on the fan mail. You're going to remember it as well. So, let me finish these last two pieces of news, which is, I can't pronounce this gentleman's Twitter, but it's Japanese, and it's Serakoto?
Serakantoto?
Yeah, he said on NeoGAF, and he is on his username. It says on Twitter, it says "Believe in Japan, CEO of Tokyo-based game industry," and then it's got his website. Cool. Yeah, which I think he's an actual valuable source for this kind of news. And he tweeted that some news on a major release I am anticipating myself coming soon. And then he tweeted this about Resident Evil 7. Yes, it is in development. The entire game will go back to the survivor horror roots and essentially be a clean slate. Nah. Ross, me and you have had conversations about Resident Evil and going back and rebooting, and I don't want to reboot because I love the series. Even if I don't love the previous games, I don't want a clean slate.
Okay.
You do want a clean slate, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I just said, to get me back involved, or people that have missed numbers. If you see numbers, I even think they would drop the 7 from the title. Because
they won't. I'll tell you why they won't. Because
why?
The best ever Resident Evil game was Resident Evil Code Veronica X. And it didn't sell well. And if that was Resident Evil, because that was meant to be Resident Evil 3.
Right, okay.
I know these random Resident Evil facts, crazy, I know. But they signed a publishing deal with Sony, which means that that Konami had to do another Resident Evil game. So they made Nemesis 3 and Code Veronica a spin-off title.
I'm going to leave Resident Evil talk to you. To be honest with you, my knowledge is...
Okay, either way, I don't want a clean slate. I want Resident Evil 7 to be back in survivor horror roots like this is being reported, which I am so happy about. So I don't want loads of ammo. I don't want it to be co-op. I don't want... I want it to be a story about Claire. No, I want a story with Claire being our main character, but not Claire looking like she does in Revelations 2 because she looks terrible. All right, I'm getting way off topic. Also, He tweeted, they will show it at E3. The Resident Evil 7 team hired Jordan Armo, a designer who previously worked on Metal Gear Solid V and PT at Kojima Productions /
So it's a CG trailer then, if it is.
Do you think so?
He's a CG artist.
I wonder if he worked on the Resident Evil films, the CG films.
Not sure.
I'll have to check that out. I have to do a bit of journalism after this and check that out. But Resident Evil, I missed another story, which is very annoying because I did tag it in it, but I've missed it. But anyway, I'll talk about this and then we'll get onto that. I'm excited. Resident Evil 7, can't wait. Whose stage do they show it on? Microsoft or PlayStation?
Whoever signed the deal, Japanese PlayStation.
I really hope not, because I'll cry. Only because I want to see it and not get it spoiled for me if I don't, stay awake.
It's really funny if they'd done it in the PC one.
Nintendo Direct, obviously. That's where they're going to... Oh, no, of course they're not. Of course they're not. Oh, God's sake. Nintendo fucked us again. I hope they do it at Microsoft.
Up to 5 in the morning, so I'm quite happy.
I'm sure I will as well, which is the annoying thing. But the other story about Resident Evil was they just announced that Resident Evil 0 sales numbers, and Resident Evil 0 sold approximately 800,000 copies, so just under 1 million. But that doesn't count the Origins collections, which was Resident Evil 0 and Resident Evil 1 physically, and that was sold through. And this was literally just digital sales. So Resident Evil back in a healthy place, and I'm really happy about it.
That is really, really good.
Because I know Remake sold well as well, which sold just about 1 million as well. So they did 1 million for 0, which is a remake. They did 1 million just digitally as well. They did, and I know me, I've bought the game physically and I have it digitally because I'm a weird Resident Evil head like that. But I'm happy the series is doing well. I really do hope 7 can come back with a bang and show people what it's got. Ross, let's get onto the mailbag. Nah, Ross, I'm going to read this to you. And this one had me in stitches. It really did. So, MC Fixer and Ross and co. Hello. I enjoy your podcast and have just 2 questions. What happened to the game suggestions you started the other week? And can we have another one? Ross, do you remember this?
So we said we were going to suggest a game to play.
We said every week we were going to suggest, and this was, you know what, I love the fact that...
Have I been on since then?
Yes. I think we might have done, this is episode 28, I think we might have done this at episode 19.
Oh, right, okay, right, so my suggestion for this week...
Wait, hold it, I haven't finished the email. And number 2 question is, no, the next question, I just found that really funny. I love it when people call us on their bullshit and point out things that I totally forgot. And I literally did totally forget. But the suggestion segment is coming back. But Matt Smith from York, who wrote this, it is your job to email in, sir, and tell me the name of this segment. That is your job. And another question for next week's episode, please. And the second question is, if you're trapped on a desert island with only one game to play, what would it be and why? Sorry if you've already answered this, and I'm kind of new to the podcast. Well, number 1, welcome. And number 2, we haven't answered this. He said, I realise this is kind of the same question. I don't think it is the same question. Suggesting a game and being trapped on a desert island is 2 different things. Anyways, keep up the pod and feel free to add me, Little Simi? S-M-I-Y. Simi?
Smy?
Smyy?
Lilsmiy on Xbox Live. I'll add you.
Yeah, I'm going to add you as well, Matt. Matt, again, thank you for calling us on that bullshit. I appreciate that, number 1. And I'll go with question number 1, suggestions game. I said this last week because I did read this out last week, but no one heard that. Dead Rising 3 is my suggestions to play. I think Dead Rising 3 is a good game. I think it got overshadowed at the start of the generation. It's a launch game, and I think it was a game worth playing. So if you haven't played that already, I would definitely say to pick it up. You can get it cheap enough on Amazon now for like £12 or £15. So, and if you want to play it, feel free to add me. Ross, what you got?
Shadow of Mordor.
Interesting. Good pick.
Lots of hours, the fantastic Nemesis system, and it might be a good time to pick it up because you never know what you might hear at E3.
Terrible boss battle, I will tell you that.
Yeah, just give up at the end.
Yeah.
But it's a bit of an anticlimax, to be honest. But it's a good game. I really enjoyed it, and I got a lot of hours out of it. And the Nemesis system needs to be in more things.
Yes, totally agree. All right, Ross, it's trapped on a desert island.
Yeah.
What is the one game you can take with you? Nah, I'm giving you will have an internet connection. So, you will have an internet connection, but you are trapped on a desert island and you're only allowed one video game. Which would it be?
Football Manager.
I'm there with you, brother. That is 100. I said this last week. Unfortunately, not an Xbox game, but Football Manager. Football Manager all day long. All day long. A game that you can play non-stop, can never run out of date.
Yeah.
And if I'm trapped on a desert island with you, we can just keep the same season going forever.
Oh, that'd be good. I'm actually up for this. Can we do this?
What, go to a desert island and just
sit and play Football Manager for the rest of our lives?
Should we just book a holiday and just not come back? Just leave leave our partners. We've got more questions, Russ. Can you believe it? Mr. Moody is working his butt off over in the My Xbox and Me Facebook group. If you're not joined already, please do. I try and keep the news up to date. I'm struggling because I'm on my own, so I need a little bit of help. So hit me up if you want to become an admin and help out in the group. And he says, hello, beautiful people. How is everybody? I'm doing okay, Russ. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing fine.
Good. Hope all is well. My question is, what is your favourite first-person shooter? I'm not the best at them, but I do have a favourite, which is Borderlands. I love these games, and I also really like Black Ops, the first one. Cool. Because that's just come back. Keep up the great work. Your fan and friend, Mr. Moody. Ross, your favourite first-person shooter?
My favourite first-person shooter...
Oh, good.
Battlefield.
Fair enough.
Or Wolfenstein. I've really enjoyed the Wolfenstein games.
Interesting. Cool. Mine is Borderlands, so I get a cop-out answer there. And that is it. Thank you guys for listening. Like I say, please be sure to support us on Patreon, which is patreon.com/MCFixer. Audio, you get early. You get audio as soon as this is out, which will be literally straight after this. For $3, video for $4. You should support Ross by heading over to atalive.net. And support Mike Lynch. Mike Lynch streams on Twitter and Mike Lynch on YouTube. I'm going to love you guys. I'm going to leave you guys. And I'm going to see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.